for our little base over here, I want to change it up a little bit. So what I want to do is that I want to change the way that the base looks, in particular to like what version we're using. So like right now we're using like the 1.12 kind of like I don't know how you want to call it, like the house designs kind of thing. Which, don't get me wrong, they look really like, it looks really really nice, but I want to change it up a tiny bit by by spicing it up by using like the updated 1.14 kind of base designs. If you've seen my StarCraft 1.17 base design, that's kind of what I mean though. I want to give this like an updated design in particular. I think my berries just despawned again. Do I really need to be near them in order for them to keep spawned or something like that? Because they're gone. Like, look at that. Like they're gone again. I mean, I'll have to keep track of it. Okay. Anyway. Do I have anything in here that I need to drop off real quick? I mean, the berries, yeah. Powder lens. Yeah. I need to drop that into... I don't remember where I have them. I don't think these ones are marked anyway. Ah, there we go. We'll have a better area specifically for... Yeah, so, like, the area that I want to put down... Oh, wow, I have 4 soldiers. Wow. So the area that I want to build, or not really, I'm not going to build it, I'm going to plop it somewhere down. What I'm going to do with it is that we're going to put like EV trainers and EV resetter if that is possible. I'm not quite sure if we can do it, but if I can program it into here, that'd be awesome. If it's a 1.16 or 1.20, which I think is now the current build, then I will definitely do that, but that will be something that will be in that version kind of thing. And what's the other thing else that I wanted to do as well? I can't remember. Okay, what did I want to do? Okay, hang on a second. What does what do you have? You have a choice scarf. Okay, yeah, because you need to outspeed. I mean, I would give a Brava a better. Oops. I want to take a look at your stats. Are you a physical or special attacker? You're a physical attacker, but you barely have any physical attack. But you are very, very fast, so that's good. This is for Ditto, right? Yeah. Okay. I mean, I could just give everybody a lucky egg just to give them more experience. But I think the one that needs the lucky egg the most right now is our Gabite. I mean, Vibrava does need it, but Vibrava doesn't need it nearly as much. Vibrava just mostly just needs to know better moves, to be honest. Actually, let me take a look at Flygon for a second. I have a feeling I don't know its stats right off the top of my head. Is it a special or physical attacker by chance? I don't know what stat pool this is going to use, so I'm just going to use whatever the current version of Flygon is. It is a physical attacker. Okay, good. So Flygon is a physical attacker, which means that I need to make it physically bulky. Actually, you know what? I need to go take a look at something for Pixelmon. Pixelmon wiki. Let's see if there's a wiki here. Also, I think I might have mentioned this here or in Craft. I'm not quite sure where I mentioned it, but I found out more information about it, so that's exactly what I'm gonna say here. What is it? Razor Fang? Is that how you get a Gliscor? Hang on a second. So, I tried to figure out why the wiki that I use for my Minecraft stuff, in particular, okay, it is Razor Fang. Okay, good. Where do you get this? Pokemon drops. Okay. That's not too bad. I could definitely go do that. So Crobat is the best, which is interesting. It's very weird. Anyway, I need to find... What's the button for it? No, no, no. What's the button? No, no, no. That's rolled at it. No. What's the... There it is. Okay. You can find missing. No. Weird. Anyway. I don't know what the heck is going on here. Something is... I doubt I'm going to find any, but eh. Yeah, I don't think we're going to find any, but that's also one. I find that we're going to find that one more often than anything. This one we might find more often than anything else. And we also have Pyroar as well. And we also have Gliscor as well. But then at that point, it's like, why don't I just grab that, right? So I'm not going to go try and look for it. But I am going to try and figure out where Seviper is, because we can definitely take it out with, like, every team member. Lakes, plains, and river. But it's a rare spawn. It's not too bad. I think I should try and move Gabite to the front. Move Torterra to the back. I mean, like, every one of our team members is pretty high leveled. Apart from everything else. Oh, right. Vibrava doesn't have an item. Do I have a muscle band? I should have a muscle band. I do have a muscle band. All right. I don't think anybody is holding a muscle band. Yeah, so. Yeah, so I've been trying to do as much work as I can with the new Serigraph base. Don't get me wrong, it's taken me a lot of time. And even just trying to find the commitment, or even like the energy to go and do it is insane. Like, just to give you guys an idea of how big this base is, I have done about, I want to say close to about 80% of the exterior done. But I don't want to work too much on the exterior now because of the fact that, like, the exterior is going to take so much out of me. And it's the same as if you watched, what was it? There was one, like, if you watch one of the, not the completes, but the, well, technically it's complete. But if you watch, what's the video name called? It's one of the anniversary ones that I think I just made not too long ago. Where it was pretty much me just showing, like, the base that pretty much took away all of my creativity because I threw in every creative idea I had at it at the time during 1. I think it was Minecraft 1.8 or something like that that version came out, and it practically took every part of my creativity for Minecraft. And I even had to grasp at straws to find out, like, if there was even any ideas that I had left, and I didn't have any ideas. So I ran out of ideas. It's as simple as that. And I'm trying to make sure that I don't go towards that same step. Although I am running into that issue. But the one thing that I'm definitely going to be changing. Ooh, a basculin. I think you'll be better if I'm dealing with it. There's two bosses? There's two bosses. That's pretty cool. Acrobatics. So right now I'm going to try and create a... because I heard a lot about, like, this is a better sort of structure for building bases and such like that, which I do agree. I did it for Arcanix, and it helped out so much. I recommend doing it too. And that is building a job board or something like a to-do board kind of thing. And the reason why it's recommended to do that is because it makes sure though that like you're not going to come up with a random idea and you add more to your plate. You get like what the bare essentials of what you need is. And then whatever you want to add on, you can add it onto that list so that though you can just, and plus if you forget an idea, you can just go back to the job board and go, oh right, yeah, I need that. Oh, come on, Vasculin. It's a very fast boss. Yes, I got it. All right. Razor Leaf. And of course, you're faster than me. That's fine. Excadrill, Stompy Tantrum. Hopefully, we're faster. We don't hit very hard though. That's very interesting. Stompy Tantrum again. Although what I might end up doing though is that when I do end up putting this new area in this server, I'll probably just move over to there. But anyway, back on topic. So yeah, so I'm going to be putting a job board in that area specifically just to make it easier for me to deal with that area, because right now it is so big and I have too many ideas, and every time I come up with a new idea, I'm like, oh man, I came up with a new idea. Like I come up with new design ideas to make the place look even better, but that's the bane of it, right? Like I'm coming up with these new ideas and it's like, how am I going to code the, like not code, but how am I going to put these in? Like how am I going to put these into like into there and make it look good, right? So it's like, oh man, like I keep coming up with these cool ideas. Oh, okay, I did that way. I didn't know how I did the trapdoors. Apparently I did it that way. Yeah, this is how though, like in 1.13 it would be usable, but in 1.13 I understand that, but to get ready for the waterlog stuff. So, right. Anyway. So yeah, so now I don't want to work on the exterior anymore because I feel like I'm just going to lose myself to it. I've already spent about 4 days reworking the exterior. It was that bad, and I had to, well, it's not that it was bad, it was that like I had to work on it anyway. I had a new idea of how I wanted everything to look, and I wanted to try and what I normally do in Minecraft and even in Terraria I do the same thing too. I try to make my base as small as possible. You'll notice this if you look at into the different designs of Rosaria base in particular. So Rosaria base had a giant landing platform in the front, and then I think in 1.19, I think was it 19 that I showed, or was it 1.18 perhaps that was the first time I showed the change of it. That I shrunk it down even further by getting rid of that huge landing platform, making it as small as possible instead. Because the idea for the landing pad was that like that extra space was going to be used as a condensed storage spot, but that never really did go anywhere. because it didn't. The idea was that like I was gonna put barrels around in every which way, and that was gonna be like an extra storage spot. But again, that never went anywhere because of the fact that like the area was too, I don't want to say easy to spot. It was that it was difficult to try and get the player to get towards a spot in which that they could crawl to get in there. So instead of me creating a teleport sign to it, I just decided to scrap the idea, and then I kept the landing platform there just because. And then when I looked into, I think it was something else. Oh no, I remember. When I was in between the versions, we'll say 1.17 to 1.18, just for simplicity, just so though I know what I'm talking about here. Just so though it makes it easier for me to remember. Uh, so while I was in between versions, I realized that like the landing platform is big, but yet it's not really providing anything for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just not even going to care about it anymore. So I decided to trim it down even further. I got rid of the barriers, trimmed it down, reset the barriers for that area, and continued on my merry way pretty much. And that's pretty much the story of how each and every time I shrink down bases. It has even happened to the crafts, if you remember that from the, I think it was the first channel anniversary, I think. I showed the history of Rosaria base as it went along. It didn't show the new version, obviously, but it showed like all the previous versions of the base that I had. So originally, it was supposed to be a giant fortress that was yeah, so it was like a giant fortress, and then after that, it changed into like a ship, like an airship, pretty much, because me and a friend were really interested in creating like sky structures, and I really liked that base in particular.